Hello and welcome to Athena's Creations live on Facebook in Athena's Creations or later on YouTube found at Athena's Creations 2017. I'm Athena Turk, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator since 2017. Now, this evening, I've got for you several cards that I'm going to share. Last weekend, I had gone to participate in an all-demonstrator shoebox swap and created some really amazing cards with new product from the new catalog that was released Tuesday of this week. And tonight, I've got this amazing fun fold that I learned how to make this past weekend. And it's really, really easy. I think you're going to enjoy this new fun fold. And of course, I'm going to share all of the measurements and everything right at the beginning. And then we'll put this stamp and put this card together. It's so easy. Lots of new and exciting things in the catalog. I can actually show you the catalog, the inside. And I did place another order on the 5th of this week. It hasn't shipped yet. I think it's like 3 to 5 days before shipping. So I think they're caught up now on the shipping, but this is a fun fold that I'm excited to share with you. It's got lots of room, so if you've got lots of family members that you want to send a fun birthday card to, this one it's a fun fold, and I don't know what the official name is, but lots of fun and exciting new things that I want to share in the next coming weeks. I've already been playing actually a little bit with the fern, a little bit more, but then of course this olive flutter is another favorite of mine. I'll probably spend a couple more weeks playing with both of those and then eventually get to my paper pumpkin from, I think it's April. It's like Father's Day cards and stuff like that. And then of course the Scenic Coast is another suite of product that I got that I want to start playing with. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to point you down, and I think what I'll do first is share what I participated in this past weekend. It was a lot of fun. I don't know that I got everybody's names that created the cards that I'm going to share, but the ones that I do, I will let you know. I should have gone back in the post, I guess, and looked earlier. Trying to adjust this real quickly. All right. Hey, Kathy, thank you so much for joining tonight. I see a couple of others have joined. My phone doesn't always show me the comments, so I might miss them during the live, but I'll definitely go back later on and reply to all of them. Now, one of the things that I wanted to use tonight, but of course, I'm not going to pay an exorbitant shipping cost on top of the shipping cost to have it overnighted or whatever that is to get it quickly. But one of the new products in this catalog that I'm really, really excited about, and I think pretty much anybody that has played with them but on stage is very excited about, and it's found on page 77. It's the new shimmer brushes, and they're in the new in colors. They're $10 a piece, so you're looking at $50, but then you're going to earn $5 in rewards back to use on other product later. So we do have a reward system. You have to be sure and go in and opt in for emails so that Stampin' Up! Can send you any sales and things like that. And then if you want to be on my email list, I also send out all kinds of information. I try to do it once a week. Sometimes it's twice a month. It just depends on what all is going on in the stamping crafting world. But the shimmer brush, this one I'm really excited about. Until I get that, I'm using the Wink of Stella for my beautiful little butterflies. And this catalog, of course, it's free to all my customers. If you would like a copy of it, we could do a porch pickup or a small shipping fee. I don't think it'd be more than $3 or $4 to ship. But I've got plenty of those available for those who would like it. Now, before we dive into this beautiful fun fold card, let me just show you what I made this weekend. This was the card sample, and I actually came home and did the butterflies and the happy birthday. And then speaking of happy birthday, I used the banner sayings, and I had this banner punch, and I had punched out 2 of these, and this last one got stuck. and try as I might, it won't release. I don't know what happened. Like it just all of a sudden. And so I don't know. I don't know if you have a trick to stick it. I would be open to any helpful suggestions if you have any. But anyway, that's where I got this one, because that banner punch it's so fun. I've used it quite a lot since I got it a few months back. But this is such a fun and unique fun fold, and surprisingly really easy. And I'm going to share how to make that with all this information here. Now the paper, this beautiful paper right here, it's part of the paper medley found on page 63. That one's really, really pretty. And of course, this is the new in color, Barely Blush. I really like that one a lot. And then this one is by Sarah. You're an Amazing Friend. I really, really love this paper. You really don't need to do a whole lot when you have beautiful paper like this, right? That's gorgeous. And I'm not real sure who designed this one, but this is part of that really fun suite of the balloon products. This is the new designer paper in the same color pattern as what I'm using this evening. Way to go. That's a fun balloon one. Now this embossing folder is the new online exclusive embossing folder, and it's part of the Winnie the Pooh suite. So if you're a Winnie the Pooh fan, go online and check it out. Now this week it is Nurses Week, and I do believe it's Teacher Appreciation Week. So this would be a great card for that special nurse that you know. And again, this is part of the online exclusives as well as the Pooh suite. This is a bundle, and this bundle, after seeing this and playing with this one this weekend, designed by Glenda Brown, I went ahead and ordered that bundle on Tuesday. Can't wait to get that one and play with it. That's so fun. Better late to the party than never, right? And then this one was designed by Melissa. This is using that product of the month from, I believe it was April, and it's a die, but the way you layer it in the plates, you can turn it into embossed instead of die cut, which I thought was a really unique idea. And then this is using those new frames, and then the Peach bundle, which is an online exclusive. Lots of fun online exclusives. I love them. They're so much fun. And then I didn't stamp on all the envelopes, but some of the envelopes I did. And then this is another beautiful suite of product. I'm sorry, I don't remember who designed that one. And then this one was designed by Crystal. Heat embossing and then using Wink of Stella on the die cut pieces. Wherever this note finds you, I hope it finds you happy. Now that's part of the Scenic Coast, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of my favorite suites. I haven't started playing with that one yet, but with boats, seasonal, I'm definitely going to be playing with that one soon. And then this one was designed by Jill. That's so pretty. Now that's using that embossing folder, the new one in the new catalog, and using Whisper White to brush on top of it, and then with Wink of Stella, and then the in color dots that are clear. Really beautiful designs. Lots of fun. And so I'm a big fun fold person. I really, really love fun folds, and especially if they're new to me. I love to just get right after it and figure it out. And so this is one of those that we're gonna do tonight. I'm gonna share that with you. All right. Before we get too far along, let me just share all of the dimensions here. It's a new fun fold to me. This is the one we're making. Again, super simple, real easy. And let me just lay out all these pieces. That might make it a little bit easier. I had stamped this one ahead of time and punched it out, so we'll be able to use it. But I do like how dark that is. That's really pretty. But I'm using the new in color. I don't have the new in color ribbon, So I'm just using the one ribbon that I had on hand, which is, let's see, and I believe it's still available, Bubble Bath. So I'm using that one. And then we're having a strip of Designer Series paper 4 by 1/2 inch. And then we have, well, this ribbon that's going to go across is approximately 4.5 inches. And so then this is the top part that's going to just go on top of that fancy fold that's on the top part of the card. And the cardstock piece is this piece right here, and it's 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then the designer paper is 4 by 3. You can see it's two-sided. I thought this would look really pretty with the butterflies. This would be really fun with the balloon suite if you decided to do that. You could definitely do that with this fun fold like that. And then this is the fancy fold in this top fancy fold. I'm calling it middle fold because it's the fancy part right there. This is cardstock that is 8 1/2 by 4 1/4, scored at 2 1/2 and 5 inches. And then you're going to need, for the two sides of your card base, you're going to need 2 strips of Designer Series paper, 4 by 3/4 of an inch. Your card base, which is this piece right here, is 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then your inside piece, although this is light, you don't need it. I thought it would be really pretty to have a little stamped butterfly in the middle, 5 1/4 by 4. And then your inside piece right here, Designer Series paper, is 4 by 2 1/2. And I'll share all the still shots and everything in Athena's Creations on Facebook. Simple measurements. But I wanted to share all of that at the beginning. We're going to stamp, and then we're going to punch and assemble. I love a good punch. All right. So I guess we'll go ahead and we'll punch kind of forget about how to, we'll stamp that one, and that one will be fine. We stamp that one last. All right, put those off to the side. I'm trying to have some room here. It is important to assemble it exactly as I'm going to show you how to assemble it, so just keep that in mind. But this one, since it's on white, we want to go ahead and stamp it. We're going to use the new Bearly Blush, our new magnetic ink pads. You can get all 5 of these brand new for free. It's a $63 value if you join my Stampin' Up! Team during the month of May. Then you pick out 125 product of your choice, free shipping, which nowadays that's a lot of savings. And then you can pay $99 with tax. It's like $107. But you pick out 125 product your choice. It could be online exclusives, it could be catalog, it could be clearance, retired, whatever it is that's available. Throw it in your cart and only pay $99. And you have a choice. You can get the 5 brand new magnetic, easy to open ink pads for free, a $63 value. Or if you didn't want those, and honestly, I can't imagine why you wouldn't, but maybe you already have them somehow. I don't know. There is another option. You could get $35 more in product. So 125 plus 35 and pay $99. But this is a better deal. I'm telling you, this is a much better deal. All right. Let me just double check here. All right. I think it's, what did I do with it? It was just here. my stamp. Ah, here it is. It was in here. Okay. So this one has the little dots on the outside. Same as that one. but we're going to change it up. Great deal. We're going to use that again for that middle piece. I'm going to set this one just right there, let it dry, and then I'm going to bring in the cardstock base. Use that bone folder to burnish the sides. Now this is where you're going to bring in these 2 strips of 4 by 3/4 of an inch. We're going to just start on one side or the other. It doesn't matter. I just decided to start on this side. Find that nice and as even as possible. I'm just eyeballing it. I like to find that sweet spot, hold down the one side, and then just lift up the flap and add a little bit of that adhesive. Okay. And it's, oh, let's see, I don't even know how you would say. It's less than 1/4 of an inch, so what would that be? 1/8 of an inch, probably? I'm just eyeballing 1/8 of an inch on each side. It's real close. Just like that. And then this one's going to go on the inside. I'm about to run out of Stampin' Seal, so I'm going to have to refill it here in a minute. All right, next you're going to assemble this middle fold piece, and that's 8.5 by 4 1/4, scored at 2.5, and scored again at 5. And then you're going to burnish the scores just like that. This is that magic top piece. It's going to go on just like that. So basically, it's about 1/4 to 1/8. That looks like the sweet spot. Hold this down and add your adhesive. Okay. Now this piece is going to go right on top. And then you're only going to put adhesive on that fold piece right there. I hope I'm explaining this and it's easily understood. See how easy this is coming together? Now this one you could, if you wanted, you could make it 3 1/4, but it's 4 by 3. I like it because it gives a little extra, about 1/8 of an inch right there. I like that. Then you're going to put your designer paper there, fold it over, and then this piece is going to go right down the inside. This is optional. You don't have to include this one if you don't want, but it just seems to give the card a more polished look. I really like it. I'm almost out. All right, and so this little tiny fun strip is going to go right next to this one. And it's tiny. Again, optional. You probably could go without it, but again, I think it just gives it a really nice polished look. And I haven't made a template of this one yet. I'm going to need to do that this weekend because I definitely want to use this fun fold again. And if there's extra, you can just do that and it comes right off onto the glass mat, and that's fine. Oh, and the glass mat is in the catalog, so you can order that now. Used to, you could only order it as a demonstrator, but it's now available for everybody in the catalog, as well as the Stampin' Positioner. Very fun tool. Oh, and I goofed again. So this is supposed to go, let me just show you how you can fix a goof, because I did this earlier. Basically, you're going to wrap it around and then tie it off, but this is the easier way of doing it, and let me just show you how to fix this. Ooh, I missed it, because I do this often. So I want this to be in the middle, and there's usually a little gap, and so I'm just going to take this piece of ribbon here and tuck it under with the glue dot. And then, if need be, which looks like I do, I'm going to go ahead and, well, if you can get him to stay under, but he doesn't want to, so I'm going to clip him off, just like that. But basically, I'm using a glue dot to tuck it in. Does that make sense, hopefully? Same thing I'm going to do over on this side. I'm going to grab a glue dot and tuck it under. And this also saves you on ribbon if you don't want to wrap a ribbon all the way around. Although in this case, I probably could have. But again, I forgot. I got so excited about showing how it's supposed to look. And I pre-did the bow ahead of time. And I'm going to put this happy birthday banner on there. I'm sad my banner punch broke. There's a 90-day guarantee, so if something happens the first 3 months you purchase something, which, by the way, when you purchase things, you need to make sure you have everything and that it works properly, because the guarantee is only for 90 days. So basically 3 months. Beyond that, oh well. Just FYI. All right, so we want, now that we have this one in place, we want to go ahead and stamp using Barely Blush. Did I say that right? Yep, Barely Blush, because it's barely there. Just to give it a little something on that inside fold, that's what I'm doing. So pretty. All right, so now we're going to clean this stamp. And there's, let's see. So this is the stamp that we're using. And this is the stamp that we can stamp and then color in, which I think we might do just because it's so very pretty. Okay. Got a piece over here of 3x3 paper. And we're going to get our hydrangea hue. And then we're going to stamp it. Oop, off camera a little bit. Sometimes when you stamp with new ink, it looks really dark, or like maybe, oh, what's another word I'm looking for, that it just doesn't look crisp and clear. Once it dries, believe it or not, it's amazing. When I first started stamping with the new ink pads, I was worried that I wasn't doing something right, but it's all good. All right, so I've got 3x3. And so this is released, right? So there's those hinges and stuff that's in there. This one won't release. So there's a hinge that's like, there's two hinges apparently that are stuck in there on this banner punch. And I don't know how to fix it. It's bizarre to me. I mean, to me, it's just amazing how these things work, right? But apparently it's those two hinges that when they close, they got stuck somehow. Who knows? Anyway, that's what happened to me earlier today. Or the other day or whenever it was, I was stamping all of this. All right, so what I like to do is I like to just line it up to where it looks as pretty as possible. And then push down just like that. And then it should release. I love punches. So that banner punch, I almost cried. All right, so we've got these beautiful, and they look darker than those, don't they? They're very pretty. Okay, so we only need 2, so we'll have 3 for another card later. And I don't know if you can see off to the side, I have lots of images that I've stamped and punched. And what I like to do when they're little like this, I'll put them on a glue dot strip. And it kind of like holds it in place, and easily over here to the left when I'm designing another card, I've got it readily available to use. That's just me. And any of these will work just fine. And then you just push down and kind of lift up those wings like that. And I think I'm going to set that one over here and use this one. And of course, we don't want to forget our Wink of Stella. Kind of gives it a nice little shine. Right on top of that beautiful new in color. So like I said, who wouldn't want the new in colors? They're beautiful. I absolutely love all 5 of them. Now, of course, we want to add some bling. I love to add bling to my cards. And this time I want to use the Big Clear. I say clear. It's one of the in colors. So this one, I don't know. Barely Blush, maybe? They look white, but I think it's Barely Blush. We're going to do a big one right there, and then I'm going to come back over here with the 2 small. Barely Blush. Yeah, that's right. Another little one, like right down there. Anywhere you put it's going to be fine. These are temporarily unavailable, but they will be available up to a year. They're the new 2026, 2028 in color butterflies, and you get like 180 of these, so very nice. And that is our new fun fold, new to me fun fold. I love participating in swaps and demonstrator get-togethers because I get to learn this fun stuff and share it all with you. So join my team, start out getting a discount on all your products. It's well worth it. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next week on the 14th for some more fern and floral, and maybe some more of the butterfly. Maybe by next week I'll have another fun fold or a technique, maybe. Probably a technique using this new gel pen, using that Fern and Floral DSP. Pretty amazing stuff. We'll see you next time. Happy stamping.